And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. We've got baseball on the show. It's the Philadelphia Phillies and the Milwaukee Brewers. Along with Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. The first half of the All-Star break is behind us, and partner, it's go time in the second half.
And if you want to be playing meaningful games at the end of September, you got to put your head down and grind for the next 8 weeks.
So just about set now. Today's starting pitcher, Trevor McGill. Chris, his strikeout rate this year among the best all time.
He's truly one of the elite strikeout pitchers in the league. I mean, strikeouts per 9 off the chart. So the opposing team, they know they have their work cut out for them anytime they're facing this guy or a guy like this that's going to get the swings and misses. Pretty much in a class of his own when it comes to that category.
Okay, all set to go. Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. The wind and the pitch. That one called a strike, and the count is even 2-2. Good eye right there. The wind and the pitch. And he walked him.
His ability to draw walks has been something that's been part of his career since day one.
Trey Turner now. Ripped on a line. Fraley makes the grab. One away. And time now for the Phillies lineup. Not a whole lot going their way offensively the last few games, Chris.
Yeah, Boog, and that can put more pressure on the pitching staff to try to limit the opponent to just 1 or 2 runs a game, knowing that their offense is not scoring right now. And that never really works well because you try to be too fine and you end up giving up a lot of runs. So we'll see if everybody can just relax, bring things together, and perform at a level that they're capable of.
On a line out towards center. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. 2 down.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Here's Nicholas Castellanos. Schwarber off of first with 2 away. Next offering is in for a strike.
Good zip on that fastball at the bottom of the zone. If he's there all day, it's going to be a tough one for the hitters.
In the air to left center. It gets down a base hit.
Batting fifth, the second baseman.
This is Bryson Stott. 3-2 now. And that's ball 4.
Take the base.
2 walks in the first has to be some cause for concern. I mean, you're talking about a guy you want to pitch deep into the ball game. It's not going to help with the pitch count right there. They can't afford to hand out free bases at this rate.
And now swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And the count 1-2.
Well, they're really running up the pitch count in this first inning. Lots of confidence from this team that is perhaps the hottest in baseball right now.
2 outs. Line drive, base hit. 1 runs in. Now a second crosses the plate. They've cleared the bases. 3-0. Save. He beats it.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. So a runner at third, 2 men out. And now it is JT Realmuto. Next pitch is inside. 2-1.
Well, with this many pitches thrown here in this first inning, I mean, you get some weak contact, maybe a swing and miss. Get into that dugout and hit the reset button.
Real Muto started after it, tried to hold up. Now a look to first, and Woody Keller right on it. Says he held up. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. That's a fair ball, and it's getting into the corner. Runner in from third to extend their lead, and it's 4-0. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double.
Nice double right there. Loud contact coming off the bat. Didn't get enough air under to drive it out of here, but you'll take that swing and that result every time.
Brandon Marsh steps to the plate. The 1-1 is fouled off.
Well, they've been able to score 4 runs off of him in this inning, and this is where you want to just max out, get as much as you can, give him one of those tough innings where it's going to be hard for him to recover in the next one.
And he hits a ground ball right side. Gathers and throws to first. Ends the inning after they racked up a bunch of runs. So they move out in front after a 4-run outburst. On to the bottom of the first. It's the Phillies 4 and the Brewers coming to bat. Back here at American Family Field. And today's starting pitcher, Aaron Nola. And Chris, pitching on the road has not been particularly kind to him.
Yeah, and you don't want to be too quick to say that he can't pitch on the road. Sometimes, you know, it's just a matter of luck. It's not having a feel. Difference between the bullpen mound to the mound out there on the playing field. Don't know what it is, but I know this. He's got good enough stuff to overcome and get it done on the road as well as at home. So we'll see what he's able to do in this one.
Swing and a ground ball out to short. Yelich out on the play.
Batting second.
Let's take a look at the Brewers lineup. Chris, this is an offense that puts the bat on the ball. Tough outs pretty much throughout the lineup, and they have fewer strikeouts than any other team in the league.
Yeah, Boog, and I just remember as a player, when you're going up against a club like this, it keeps you on your toes all game long because you got to make plays for your pitcher on the defense. And so an offense like that can really put some pressure on that defense. So they can swing the bats, put it in play, but I also think if they run the bases hard, it adds another element to their game.
Carlos Santana.
And now it's the switch hitter, Carlos Santana. And that one lifted in the air center field. Makes the play, and it's out number 3. Offense held in check there. We move to the second in Milwaukee. It's the Phillies 4 and the Brewers nothing. Second inning set to go. Here's Jake Cave now.
Number 44.
And Singy, as a team, you need to make the most of the very few opportunities he's going to give you, right?
Absolutely. And you know, if you don't get to guys like this a lot of times early, once they really settle in, it's going to be the later innings that they hand that ball over to a reliever if they do at all.
Kyle Schwarber.
So the Philly batting order turns over. And here's the Phillies leadoff man, Kyle Schwarber. The walk and a run scored his first time. Two and one now. There's a swing and a drive. And out of here. Kyle Schwarber goes deep. And they add a run. It's 5-zip.
Well, I'm not really sure how he kept that fair. When you're out in front on a breaking ball like that, such a good chance that it's going to hook foul, but not this time. He kept the hands moving forward just long enough to sneak it inside that foul pole.
Trey Turner at the plate. And there's a rocket into the outfield. So a man aboard now with one away.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
Bryce Harper to the plate. 0 for 1 so far. Ball to strike. The pitch. Turner runs. Sneaks through. Base hit. And they'll have runners at the corners after a 1-out single. And here comes the Brewers manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Trevor McGill gives way, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this. Here comes the new arm for the Brewers, J.B. Bukowskis.
And he's had 3 days off since he pitched last, so expect him to be totally rested. I'm sure he's itching for this opportunity right now.
So 1 out with 2 aboard. Nick Castellanos at the plate now. Singled and scored his first time. Swings and misses.
1-2.
And the count 1-2.
Not the easiest thing when you're talking about a guy that's, perhaps is going to be in the rotation, maybe a long relief guy, to not start an inning, to come into an inning with pressure on it and try to get yourself comfortable.
And a 1-2. Outside.
No, that's out.
Activity in the bullpen. Clayton Andrews, the lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. That's to third. Monasterio. Out number 2, and another run comes in.
Now back, second baseman. Stop.
So Singy, a close play at first, worthy of another look with StatCast.
That was an absolute heater, and you just don't see that type of velocity coming across the diamond every day. Only the best infield arms in baseball reach 90 miles per hour, and he needed all of it to get that out. Bang, bang play.
And digging in for Philadelphia, Bryson Stott. He walked and came around to score his first time up. In the dirt. On to first. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. So 2 runs in the inning on 3 hits, including the home run. No errors and a runner left. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. It's the Phillies 6, Brewers nothing. We head to the bottom of the second. Up now for Milwaukee, Sal Frelick.
Clearly down in this ball game, and you can't look at the deficit and try to get it all back in one swing. It's got to come one at bat at a time, and even shrink it down smaller, pitch to pitch. Make that guy on the mound work to get you out.
Tosses to first. That's 1 out, the bottom of the second.
That's what a good sinker's designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
Willie Adames stands in. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. That pitch in for a strike. Now 1-2. And you played behind guys, and they love having your speed out there defensively. One of the things that we talk about is how much pitchers enjoy having those elite defenders behind them. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way. So credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
And now it's Rowdy Tellez. Check swing. Went around.
1-2.
And it's 1-2. Righty to the plate. That one just misses.
Boog, and the one thing about that is speed never goes in a slump, and defense shouldn't either. Hitting wise, you can struggle, you can lose your mechanics, but the thing that you can do consistently every single game is play great defense if you're talented in that way, and this is what this guy does.
And the pitch. Got him swinging. Nobody left for Milwaukee. Still up against a 6-0 deficit. Back here at the ballpark, new inning getting started. Now the third baseman, Alec Bohm. Here's a 1-1. And Chris, beyond the fact that he's so incredible defensively, he also can swing the stick. And a pitch. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. The 1-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Chris, you look at it, these are the spots where guys can come on, pitch well, instill some confidence in the manager, and all of a sudden they're pitching higher leverage spots in the postseason.
Well, in this final month, I mean, this is an audition period for the call-ups, but it's also for that marginal reliever that was on the roster throughout the season to maybe step up and be on that playoff roster.
And up to the plate is JT Realmuto. He doubled home a run in his first AB. Kicks and deals. Fouls one off. 2-2.
Well, these Phillies really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. They jumped all over the starter and knocked him out of the game early. He just was never able to settle in, and the damage was done by the time he got the hook.
Got him swinging. Slider got him for strike 3.
Well, when you throw the same pitch back to back, that's how you want to do it. Set him up in the strike zone, then extend a little bit from there and see if you can get him to chase. Nicely done with the slider right there.
Boom. The base runner at first with 1 out. The 1-1 is fouled off. Here's a 1-2. Now a screamer into the outfield. Canna flashes the leather on the running catch.
I mean, when you're chasing the opposing starter in the first inning or two, that's just such a tone setter for the game, and it puts the other team back on their heels, and it instills a lot of confidence in your lineup from top to bottom.
And now for the Phillies, Jake Cave. He's 0 for 1. One now. High fly ball, pretty well struck out towards right center. Frelick going back some more. Pulls it in on the warning track. 1 left for Philadelphia. They lead it though 6-0. Back here in Milwaukee, here's Mark Canha.
The right fielder, Mark Canha.
Right-hander kicks, deals. On the ground. And it goes just foul. When Nola was in college at LSU, he got a chance to play with his brother, Austin, who was the team shortstop. And as well, his roommate was Alex Bregman. Up the middle, and that one handled. Fires to first on the run. 1 up, 1 down.
First of all, that's just a nice job to even get to that ball, and then even more impressive was the throw. Off balance, had to try to, in the air, get his shoulders turned and make a strong throw. Does show off the strength of the arm. We're usually used to seeing that kind of arm strength from the shortstop.
The pitch. That one hammered center field. Marsh moving back some more, and forget it. He sends it out of here. His 7th home run of the season, and they've got their first run. It's 6-1. He absolutely feasts on right-handed pitching. and devours that one for a homer.
And you can see that's what he expects of himself. At bat after at bat, he's that confident. Changeup up in the zone is a hitter's dream. It's a BP fastball, but you're playing in real time. Most times, the pitcher's asking for a new baseball, just like right there.
Here's the rookie third baseman, Andrew Monasterio. And a pitch. And 1-2.
1-2 is the count.
The wind of the pitch. Fights it off. He'll see another. The other way. That's a hit.
Two consecutive base hits for these guys here. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Now it's Christian Yelich. Runner on the...
Try to claw back into games by being aggressive on the base pass like this, but it's still early in this one. This kind of tells me they're going to try to tackle this one run at a time instead of waiting back for a big 3-run homer.
Runner at second here, one gone. 2-1 pitch is in there, and the count is even. Nola's a guy who registers a lot of strikeouts. In fact, he's had 220 or more strikeouts in 3 different seasons. And the right-hander deals. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Monasterio around third. He pulls into second. A run comes in the play.
Showed a lot of fight with 2 strikes in that AB. So much of good hitting is finding holes in the defense. That's why you're always thinking line drive into the gap. Those kinds of swings really boost your confidence. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ballgame.
And now it's William Contreras. Bounced up the middle. Stott over to first in time. 2 down.
Now back, the designated hitter, Carlos.
So here's the Brewers DH, Carlos Santana. Flied out his first time.
And this is a big opportunity for him to pick up his teammate right here.
The 2-2 on the way. Gets a piece and stays alive. The 2-2. On the ground to third. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly.
I think he got a little casual on that play and took it for granted a little bit. So maybe just as much of a mental mistake as a physical one. And with 2 outs, that's a tough one to swallow for the entire defense.
Runner at first with 2 away. Digging in, it's the speedy outfielder, Sal Frelick. Bounce to the right. To second, Turner. Bang, bang play, and the inning is over. 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 a solo shot. 3 innings complete. It's the Phillies 6 and the Brewers 3. On to the 4th, stepping in the long ball threat, Kyle Schwarber. He is very much your typical power hitter. I'd say he falls into the 3 true outcomes category.
Well, we've seen more and more of that lately. The ability to drive the ball to slug is getting heavily favored over any discipline or strikeout concerns. Good purpose pitch right there. Trying to tease him, get him to raise his sights, pop something up, and make it an easy out.
And a 2-1 on the way. In the air on the infield. Monasterio makes the grab. And there's one away.
The batter, number 7, shortstop.
Here's Trey Turner, 1 for 2. Chris, Trey Turner's turned into one of the best all-around players in the game. You think speed with Trey Turner, but a guy who impacts the game with his slug as well. One down, base is empty.
Yeah, he's kind of a thin, wiry guy, but packs some punch with the bat. But I got to say, the speed does jump out, and it's on both sides of the ball where he can change the game.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. 2 away. And, Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
The pitch. Swings and crushes one. Right field, way back, and gone. Bryce Harper goes deep. His 16th homer of the year, and they add a run. It's 7-3.
Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch, absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
Nick Castellanos will hit next. Singled and scored back in the first. He's 1 for 2. And there's ball 4.
Take your base.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
That misses. And now 3 balls and a strike. Left-hand hitter waits towards first. He steps on the bag. 3rd out, and that ends the frame. But add on one more as the solo shot stretches their lead even further. It's now 7-3. You're dialed into the show. And welcome back. Now it's the and here it comes. That's to 3rd. Leadoff hitter retired in the 4th.
Now batting, first baseman, Rowdy Tellez.
Here's Rowdy Tellez. Struck out swinging his first time. Swings and misses. That is strike 2. The pitch. On the ground, right side. Stott over to first in time. Already 2 gone here in the home 4th.
Now batting, right fielder, Mark Canha.
Now it's the right fielder, Mark Canha. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat.
This is important. If he can go 1, 2, 3 here, will be a very positive sign for him and for his team.
And he flips a breaking ball in there, or a changeup.
Either one. Something off speed. Good arm action on it. Whatever it was.
Bounce back to the mound. Into the outfield. Base hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from. And there's just no one there to knock it down.
This is Bryce Terang, the solo homer his first time. He caught it behind his back, and they get the out. What a play to end the inning. There's no way he saw that into the glove.
No, you're absolutely right. All he knew was the grounder was somewhere behind him. Just threw his glove out there and it stuck. That was pretty cool.
We go to the top of the fifth. So digging in now for Philadelphia, Alec Bohm. Right-handed reliever. Now this is in the air down the line. Canna gliding as he moves to his left. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And a quick out, number one.
Now batting, the catcher.
JT Realmuto steps in. 1 for 2 with an RBI double back in the first. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller. Good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out. Swings and misses. Slider got him for strike 3.
Well, that slider down and away, it's just kind of a slow death. With 2 strikes, you're looking to protect, and halfway to the plate, you know you've committed, and you know you're going to have no chance of touching it. Tell you what, sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
Here's a 1-1. That one ripped. Fralin raging back towards the wall. Back some more. And brings it in at the wall. Phillies go down quietly in the inning, but they still lead it 7-3. Welcome back. We head to the bottom of the fifth. And now Andrew Monasterio.
Andrew Monasterio.
That one the other way. Drops in for a hit. Couldn't run it down.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
And now it's Christian Yelich. Tapped in front of the plate. Over to first. And that's the first out in the bottom of the fifth.
Now batting, catcher,
William Contreras up now for the Brewers.
Well, I got a chance to meet William during spring training as he was coming up trying to get to the big leagues, and this kid's got some ridiculous pop. Watched him on the backfields taking batting practice. All of his coaches would just kind of roll their eyes and say, this kid's going to be great, without actually saying the words. Then later that season, I got a chance to chat with Wilson, big brother, and ask him about little brother, and he smiled as well, said, yeah, he's good, and gave me that look that I think he might be better than me eventually.
Monasterio, the runner at second with one away. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. At the belt and fires. Swing and a ball popped up, and that'll fall for a base hit. Monasterio coming home. Play at the plate, and they cut him down.
That really hurts right there. This is no time to gamble. When you're down in the ball game, you've got to be sure if you're going to advance a runner or even try to score right there that you're going to be safe. Just a poor decision.
Man at first, and next is the designated hitter, Carlos Santana. Out towards right center. That's well struck. Marsh ranging back. Pulls it in on the warning track. Brewers strand one. They're down 4. It's 7-3. Back here at the ballpark, start of the 6th, John Shambi with Chris Singleton. And leading off, Jake Cave. That one ripped right center field. That's back there. And that is gone. It's his 6th home run of the season, and they add on. It's 8-3. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
So here's the Phillies DH, Kyle Schwarber. He's already homered in this game. Righty delivers. That one is absolutely belted. Frelick ranging back. And that one is off the batter's eye. Wow, out of here. He flexes his power with that swing. He's done it again. His 2nd homer of the game. And they add to the lead. It's 9-3.
And with the 6-run lead, there are fans that are starting to head to the exits. Back-to-back homers, always a special feeling at the ballpark, especially if it's your team that does it and those guys get to slap hands at home plate. This is the kind of thing that can really fire up a ball club.
Left-hander out of the bullpen, Clayton Andrews.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Here's Turner now, 1 for 3. The 1-1. Foul ball there. You know, people may not remember about Trey Turner. He was actually drafted in the 1st round out of NC State by the Padres. Made his debut in 2015 with the Nationals. Won it all with Washington in 2019. He's been an all-star multiple times. And, of course, throw is low, and he can't pick it.
Protecting with strikes on him. And putting the ball in play speaks to cutting down the strikeouts, shortening up with 2 strikes.
Here's Harper now. He's already homered here in this one. And now the lefty. And that one fouled off.
And Turner's been part of some big trades. It originally started with the Padres as he was a player to be named later that ended up with the Washington Nationals. Then traded over to the Dodgers with Max Scherzer in 2021.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, I'd say he pretty much had to offer at that one. You don't want to leave it in the umpire's hands. Even though it ended up outside the zone, it still was close enough to where it looked like it could drop down right on that corner and get the call. Last thing you want to do is get punched out by the umpire knowing you could have at least fouled the pitch off and kept the at-bat going.
The 1-1. They say you win.
1-2.
One, two now. Castellanos tries to hold up, appeal to first. That's a strikeout. Woody Keller says he won a round.
The batter, number 5.
Turner off of first with 2 away. Turner runs. The 1-1 is fouled off. Snap throw to first. And Turner's back in. Left-hand batter waits. On the ground, right side. The throw to first, and that is that. But the long ball was working in this inning. Not once, but twice. It's now a 9-3 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Here's the new pitcher for the Phillies, Andrew Bellotti.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Sal Frelick. The pitch. Hit hard, base hit.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
So digging in, Willie Adames. Hit hard, that gets through.
Back-to-back singles. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
And now Rowdy Tellez. Got him. And he's down on strikes for the second time today.
Well, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. He tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
Ground ball left side, and that's a fair ball. Frelick around third, the throw in, and he's in there as a run scores.
Picks himself up an RBI, turned on it nicely, definitely a little out in front of the pitch, but he didn't hook around it too much and was able to keep it fair down the line.
Next for the Brewers, Bryce Terang. The 3-1. Liner caught it second.
Nothing you can do about those as a hitter. Even though you know that, they still drive you absolutely crazy.
Next for Milwaukee, Andrew Monasterio. It's interesting, he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that, this one swung on and hit well. Way back there. Out of here. He'll circle the bases. His 4th home run of the season. And they slice into the lead. It's 9-7.
That one got in the jet stream on a line drive. We saw the numbers on the backs of the jerseys of the outfielders, which is usually bad news, and all of a sudden they're back in this ball game.
Back to the top of the Milwaukee order. Here's Yelich at the dish. And that one hammered. Marsh going back on this one. Back some more. On the warning track and hauls it in. But the big blow of the inning comes right here. A 3-run homer. It's now 9-7. Back after this on the show. Back here in Milwaukee, here's the third baseman, Alec Bohm.
For Philadelphia, the third baseman, Alec Bohm.
That one fouled off, 2-2. And a pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Here's the Phillies catcher, JT Realmuto.
JT Realmuto.
Next offering in the dirt. And that's ball 2. And he deals. And there's the strike.
2-2.
Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the 3rd straight at bat.
3rd time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
Here's a 1-1. And strike 2.
Been a solid inning so far in relief. Getting them through this inning only down 2 could give their lineup a real opportunity to just grind their way back into this game with the few outs that they have left.
Here's a 1-2. That's inside. And down on strikes. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
They hand the ball over to a new arm, Sir Anthony Dominguez.
And he's been hit pretty hard at times this year, so he's looking for better. Right now, giving up more than a hit per inning.
The catcher, William Contreras.
Up the middle, stop. Whips it to first. And the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th.
The designated hitter, Carlos Santana.
Carlos Santana up now for the Brewers.
Almost drove one out of here last time up. Flied out to the warning track. Well, both sides equally as strong. So not a good time to try to turn him around with a relief pitch.
Swing, and this is ripped down the right field line. Way back there. Out of here. Carlos Santana powers one out. His 19th home run of the year. It's 9-8.
Just relentless. This team will not quit. He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there. You don't typically want to pull a pitch in that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrist to roll over, stays through the ball, gets the loft, and gets the home run.
And now here is Sal Frelick. And he takes it himself for the out.
Now batting, shortstop, Willie Adames.
Willie Adames, the next to hit. The tying run at the plate. And a count 1-2. Two down, nobody on. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. But not before they answer back with a solo home run. And the home team down a run. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Andrew Chafin enters the game.
Well, he hasn't pitched in a while, coming on here after 5 days rest, so he should be rested, but we'll see if he has any rust to shake off.
And a pitch. Lifted in the air, right field. He's there. He's got it. One down.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Kyle Schwarber.
And here's the Phillies leadoff man, Kyle Schwarber. He's got a couple homers already, so can he possibly do it again?
Come on, man. Of course he can. Those two he hit were legit, and he looks pretty locked in right now at the dish.
And the pitch. Now fly ball to right center. Frelick has a beat on it. Pulls it down, and there's two gone.
As good as he's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand, you cannot hang a breaking ball right there. Lucky it stayed in the ballpark.
Two outs, base is empty. Trey Turner stands in for the Phillies. The 2-1. There's a swing and a miss.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Here's a 2-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Kicks and fires. High fly ball out towards left field. That one back. And it's out of here. So he leaves the yard to left. His 21st of the year, and they tack one on the board. It's 10-8.
Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spit on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
Here's Bryce Harper. The 1-1. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
And the batter now, Nick Castellanos. On the ground to short. They take the force out, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. The Phillies get one by way of the long ball, and it's now a 10-8 ball game. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Gregory Soto.
Left-handed batter at the plate, and he's been excellent in those matchups this year, so this seems like a calculated move.
Rowdy Tellez up now for the Brewers.
Well, on paper, it's favorable to have a fairly quick inning here with 2 of the 3 hitters he's set to face batting from the left side, same side he throws from. Well, these Brewers doing a good job at the plate with runners on base, and that can be a key difference maker in the game. With runners in scoring position, they've come through more than 50% of the time, and you can see the damage it's created on the scoreboard.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Oh, tough night at the dish, punching out for the third time right there. He just hasn't looked very comfortable at the plate. A little unsure of his timing right now, not picking up the spin and location of these pitches. He'll have some adjustments to make.
At the plate, Mark Canha to third. Boom, throws on to first. And that quickly, 2 away.
We talk about how the ball is coming out of a pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder, wow, really impressive.
Bryce Terang now at the plate. The wind and the pitch. Ripped to short, snagged on a bounce. Turner with the throw to first. That's the inning. Gone in order are the Brewers. Can't cut into a 10-8 deficit. Devin Williams on a pitch out of the pen here.
He's got a wicked breaking ball in his arsenal, and it's definitely one of his go-to pitches when he needs an out.
And digging in for Philadelphia, Bryson Stott. Here comes a pitch. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. In the dirt. Throw over to Tellez. Now one gone in the ninth.
Very frustrating right there as a speedy potential base runner when with 2 strikes you just struggle to put the ball in play. You don't even have to get a hit at that point. You can help your team just by reaching on an error, but some way you got to find a way to shorten up the swing and put the ball in play next time.
Digging in, Alec Bohm. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first 2 batters he's faced in this one, getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter. And I'm so glad I'm retired.
Right-hander kicks, deals. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
They just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
That one gets away from him. Ball 1. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
Well, you don't see it very often, but every once in a while, a guy strikes out and still somehow ends up safe on first. And when it happens, you kind of scratch your head, but I guess sometimes a pitch is so nasty it makes everyone miss. Now they're going to have to get more than 3 outs in this inning.
And now for the Phillies, Brandon, runner on the go. Pitch outside. Throw to second, and great jump.
When your catcher's not a great thrower, you have to do a better job at controlling the running game, and that's throwing over, that's stepping off, doing whatever you can to try to keep that base stealer's rhythm off. Well, they weren't able to do it right there. They're going to have to make some type of adjustment, or guys are going to be running all game.
The 2-1. Way high.
At this point in the game, you cannot issue free passes. He's going to have to challenge this hitter. Hitter's got to be ready to swing it.
Down the left field line, could be extra bases. Here comes Real Muto around third. He will score, and they take a 3-run lead.
Well, when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like you did right there.
Two outs and one in scoring position. Swing and a high fly ball, pretty well struck right field. That's back there. Gone. It's 13-8. Singy, the ball is jumping off his bat.
Yes, it is. Tons of loud contact. Man, it's been impressive. When you're working with this kind of velocity, so critical that you move the ball around, work quickly, and make sure that you keep that hitter off balance. Clearly not fooled by the location or the velocity. He was all over that fastball.
Bryce Wilson gets the ball now.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Adames puts it away, and that will end the inning. But the Phils get 2 on this blast. We head now to the bottom of the 9th. Major League Baseball is on the show. So they turn to Craig Kimbrell.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Up now for Milwaukee, Andrew Monasterio. The pitch. And now the count 1-2 after the swing and the miss. Struck him out swinging. He swung over top of the curveball. Out of the bullpen for the Phillies, Jose Alvarado.
He's certainly been one of their better relief pitchers this season. The numbers are really solid, so they feel great about handing the ball over to him.
Back to the top of the lineup, Christian Yelich. Up now for the Brewers. Lays out. He's got it. The throw. Nicely done for the out.
Man, oh man, that ball was absolutely smoked. Triple-digit exit velocity. He dives, and I'm just shocked that the ball stayed in his mitt. Looked like he was going to put a hole in his glove.
So last chance for the Brewers. Here's the Brewers catcher now, William Contreras. And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
Well, this was a total team effort, using 6 pitchers in this ball game to get the win. Outstanding job of passing the baton, the next guy stepping up and getting it done. You got to give them a lot of credit because this is not easy to do. We'll see how it affects them over the next couple of days.
13-8 is your final. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us.